This is one of the things that we love about visiting Cape Range is you've got this incredible underwater world out off the coast at Ningaloo Reef, but literally a few hundred metres behind that, you've got this amazing range that you would go and visit in its own right, even if you didn't have that amazing coastline just there. So you kind of got the best of both worlds. In poor weather conditions like what we got today, there's still plenty to do. You can go inland and go and explore around the range, and it's just a really diverse region to explore, and it's almost these two polar opposites. We're looking forward to showing you a bit of both, not just the Ningaloo Reef and the underwater world that is what it's famous for. It's definitely going to be a struggle for solar in these conditions, and the next few days don't look like they're going to get any better. Well, we've had a couple of very relaxed days just hanging around camp. Sometimes when we get to somewhere like Osprey and it's just clean and easy and simple, there's toilets, there's bins, there's clean and tidy sites. We're off the sand after a couple of months of camping on beachfront sandy sites. We're just enjoying the peace and relaxation. It's been really, really good. But today we're going to head down to Yardie Creek, which is obviously where we've crossed over a couple of times when we've been camping down south. But there's also a couple of hikes there, and we borrowed a friend's kayak as well, so we might throw the kayak in for a bit and have a bit of an explore. It's 2k's return. I reckon allow 2 hours, might get a bit steep towards the end. Go see what we can find. Let's do it.
So if you see,
We've got a little bit of a crew for today's hike. We've got Mel and Pete with us with their 2 boys, and also Amelia and Anton, who we met down at Winter Bandy last week. So got a bit of a crew, a few kiddies. Go see how far we make it, a few young legs there. I love this about this part of the world, where you've got the beautiful reef and amazing marine life just off the coast. But then it's overlooked by this incredible range that comes through here, which is what the Ningaloo area is actually named after. I believe Ningaloo is an indigenous word for landmass or for an outcrop or a rocky outcrop, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, to get these awesome rocky gorges, and we're going to do a few of these while we're in the area. And handy on a day when the wind's up a bit and it's not so good out on the water, you get to go inland and explore up here. Let's go and have a look.
I found the truck. It goes that way and then down there.
Righto.
all right, Mum first.
Look,
Mum first.
just down there, Mum.
We have made it to the end of the Yardie Creek Trail Nature Gorge hike. Its views are spectacular the whole way along. I'd highly recommend it. If you do have little kids, definitely hold their hand once you get up to the grade 4 section. So it's a grade 1 hike for the first 600 metres, and then you're sort of up and over the ridge lines where there's lots of cliffs and edges, so you do want to be really careful with kids here. Has been a little nerve-wracking. The boys have been racing ahead and we're like, stop, slow down. That's been said many times, but worth it, absolutely worth it. So now we're just formulating plans to come back with our kayaks and paddleboards because it looks unreal down there. All right, we'll leave you guys here. We're gonna head back down, see what we get up to camp. What did you see? There's a heap of parrotfish just hanging out here in the creek. It's really cool. There's a whole school of them. They're really bright, aren't they, Harrison? You spotted them. Amazing. Harrison, seriously, you'll be going over.
Oh yeah, it's paddling like.
Exhausting and fun.
After taking the boys for a kayak down Yardie Creek, we returned to camp to find that our next door neighbours, Kai and Amy, who we'd met before at Lucky Bay, had been round to drop off a fresh catch of wahoo. What absolute legends, and what a great way to wrap up a perfect day.
Well, we've had a few overcast days, but last night things really escalated. We got a heap of rain, a lot of wind. It's raining again today, so we're gonna just go for a bit of a drive, go for a bit of an explore. We're really struggling for solar. We've had about 4 or 5 overcast days in a row now, and it's not showing any signs of letting up. There's actually a flash flood warning for this part of the coast, for the Western Pilbara and the Upper Gascoyne region, so pretty much all the way down to Caravan, all the way up the coast to where we are and a bit further north. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it. They're saying we could get up to 100 mil of rain in the next day or two. We've still got a bit of time left, so hopefully we'll still get it to go and do a bit more exploring with some nicer weather. So managing our resources a bit with the weather at the moment. We woke up this morning, our caravan batteries are down to 40%. We had to upload an episode last night, so we had to run Starlink and the inverter to keep my laptop charged for a few hours. So that burnt through some power. Liz has actually had to do hand wash dishes, just to save a bit of power by not running the dishwasher. It's extremely overcast today. We're only getting a trickle of solar in. So part of the reason for going for a drive today is to charge up the car battery. So we've got a 200 amp lithium in the back of the car. So I can either use it to transfer power to the caravan with the inverter, or we can just use the inverter in the car for cooking and things like that to save the caravan batteries a bit. But it is these weather conditions where, particularly being a gas-free setup, it really does start to make things a little bit more challenging. But we do have options. Yeah, it's just a bit of a juggling act to manage resources. So pretty much power and water are the two main things we're juggling at the moment, because there's bins and toilets where we're camping. So that takes 2 of the things we're normally managing out of the equation. Yeah, could be a bit of fun. This is only the second time in 3 years that we've ever really sort of been hunting for power, I suppose. But it's worth it in our opinion for not having to carry a generator and not having gas. We wouldn't be able to use a generator where we're camping at the moment anyway, because it's a no generator campground. So here's what it is. We'll figure it out, and if we don't, well, then we'll be eating cold baked beans or something for dinner. Normally our backup for poor solar conditions and when we're running low on power would be to have a fire up the hibachi grill and cook up on that, but there's no fires where we're camping either, so it's definitely adding an extra element to the challenge.
Down in Louisiana, where the tall pine trees grow, there live a preacher daughter and she knows how to jelly roll. And a papa wanna save my...
All right, Mandu, Gorge. So we're gonna go and give this one a tackle. We've got a brief, or it feels brief, break in the weather. So hopefully that holds out for us. It's about 3 Ks, 2 hours, they say, return, class 4. Harrison's shoes got saturated last night, so he's gonna be doing a me and tackling it in thongs. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, we'll go and give it a crack, see how far we get. So hopefully we can make it at the end and get back out before we get rained on. Might take a few rain jackets just in case. Have a quick snack before we go and go check it out. 3, 4 jackets, snake bite. I think we're nearly ready to go. Lucky this bag expands a fair bit. Alright, if I could clip it up, we'd be good to go.
You on thongs?
Always.
Got the hiking boots right there.
Yeah, they're wet though. Mine got wet last night too.
Them gals in Mississippi.
And one of the big pros to all this wet weather we've had is that the colours of the landscape are just so much more intense. The vegetation and the rocks on the cliffs are just popping with colour. It's really, really cool. You get a much deeper sort of colour, and that combined with the overcast conditions definitely enhances the visual. As much as it's a little bit annoying having this rain for our stay here at Ningaloo, this landscape desperately needs it. And really, for a few days of our trip, have a couple of rain days doesn't hurt. I just hope it doesn't last too long. How's the thongs going, Harrison?
Yeah.
We haven't actually visited Mandu Gorge before. We missed it last time we were here, and this is something we're really enjoying about revisiting places that we've been, or areas that we've been to before. I never say I've done an area. I would never say I've done the Ningaloo Coast or I've done it. I've been there, I've visited it, but no matter how many times you go back to a place, there's always more to explore, I reckon. Yeah, that's something that we're really enjoying about this time around is sort of revisiting some of our favourite spots, but also going to the places that we missed the last time we were here for whatever reason. Today, with this overcast conditions and a little bit of rain around, this one in particular reminds us a lot of Trafina Gorge, if you've ever been there in the East McDonnell Ranges, because we visited it during similar weather and it's got a similar feel. But it doesn't matter how many dry riverbeds and gorges we walk up around the country, I never tire of a day. This is some of our favourite landscapes to explore. And coming up soon, when we leave the Ningaloo Coast behind us for a while and head inland, it's gonna be a lot more of this. Well-known places such as Caravan are on our list, but there's a lot of places that you might not have seen or heard of before that we're looking forward to exploring as well. What's up there? Oh, little wallabies. Oh, there's heaps of them.
Baldy.
Yeah, just in the little ledge there. Another couple just up in here. These are these little black-footed rock wallabies. I'll try and get my just up in there. How's that for a blue finger? What has happened here?
Well, I guess this is what happens when you hike with thongs.
Yeah, it could. It's happened to me a few times. I think it's fixable for now, but...
Oh, do you know what we might have? A bread clip on the rice crackers.
On the rice crackers. Have we got the rice crackers with us?
Yeah, in his backpack. Is it on there?
No.
Oh.
It's just been twisted.
Oh, wait.
Oh! Look, Jude's pocketing it. I'm glad
Is this what you were looking for?
It is what we're looking for. I'm glad you remembered you had that in there. So what we do now is we put this on the back side of the thong. And then that will stop it from pulling
Coming
back
out.
through. Yeah.
Cool.
So your thong will probably feel a bit tighter to start with. Because it's got the bread clip in there. But then it'll work its way in and how's that?
Better.
Better?
Better than one shoe.
Definitely better than one shoe, that's for sure. We're gonna get up there. I can see trail markers and other people up there on the edge of the gorge, and it's gonna be a bit of a climb. This could get interesting. Well, this is a bit confusing. We just got a sign that's saying keep going for the walk trail, but also the car park, which are the same distance. Why? I thought this was just a walk up and back.
I reckon it's a loop and it goes through that gorge over that mountain and comes back down.
Is that what the sign said?
So it looks like it went like that, sort of.
Yeah,
and then there was a rubbed out bit, but then also a line here.
Okay.
So I think
Well, that makes sense. It must be a loop. So maybe we go up the range here. I can see trail markers up here behind me, and then we might go back along the gorge wall like Harrison's saying and drop back in from a different angle, which would be pretty cool. I always like hikes that are loops more than in and out. Is it always way better, eh?
Yeah.
More interesting. All right, let's get going.
Let's go.
I'm thirsty. Don't spill it. That's all the water we got. We're only
There might not be any more water.
I've missed hiking. I've missed this so much. This is definitely my jam, and just being out in this weather, you can feel the atmosphere around you. Like there's so much humidity in the air. but this is 10,000 times better than just sitting around camp waiting for the sun to come out. It is absolutely stunning through here, and because of all the rain, just the smell of the landscape is it's just so beautiful. It's just bloody magical out here. So pop it on your list. There's so many rock wallabies now that you can see when going up this gorge wall. All right, I better catch up to the boys. Look at that. You can see all the way out to the ocean, right through there.
Hey Dad, do you think it's worth taking a photo of that?
Yeah, we'll take a photo of it, hey? You can check it. Where can people see our photos?
Here.
Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What do you reckon, James? Good hike?
Yes. And for a second I thought that was a giant baby lamb.
Is it a giant baby lamb?
No, it's just a bunch of sticks.
Well, it's getting steeper now. Starting to head up there, out of the gorge, up to the top of the gorge wall. It's rocky, it's muddy, and it's steep.
What's our thing?
Look at these colours in here. Oh, this, like how black the gorge is. Current colour scheme for the new Caravan could look a little something like this. We're going, hopefully I think we're going to go a little bit more moody. We haven't locked anything in yet, but we're in the process of deciding. So
I get
this is like where a lot of our inspiration for colour schemes come from with our car, Caravan, everything. It's just like when you see this much beauty in nature and you look at the colours that are together, and it shouldn't work. Like you think bright, vivid greens with greys and browns and ochres, and it sounds like too much, but when you see it like this, it all works. So yeah, exciting times.
way bigger.
What'd you find, James?
They get like that big. A little centipede.
Oh, centipede, is it?
Yeah. A caterpillar.
Oh my goodness, we've made it to the false peak because I can see it goes up from here. But as we were just cresting the gorge wall, the rain has just started, and which is a welcome relief because, oh my goodness, it is warming up. Just the view here is insane. I love this. You cannot beat views like this. It's amazing, but we could be in for a bit of rain coming our way, and we've still got to get the kids up and over that and back to the car park. So we probably shouldn't rest here for too long and get back on the move.
Definitely one of the most underrated parts of Ningaloo and this whole region, I think, is the interior stuff, the gorges and the stuff on land. And there's a few more that we're going to tick off before we leave this region as well. So we're looking forward to that. For now, like Liz said though, another peak to climb and then get back to the car before we get really wet, because at the moment it's only a light sprinkle, but it looks like it's going to set in. We're out of hiking lollies as well, so chocolate Oreos is the substitute today. Was the little midway reward for making it this far. Yeah, almost as good. Good little energy hit. I feel like they're getting sweeter though as I get older. Is that a thing? I feel like the more the more years that go by, the more sugar goes in things. Well, we were right. It was going to come down, and it came down in a big way. It's just cleared up again. We've just made it to the actual highest point. I'll get a better shot of that, but you can see down there. Wow, we are drenched. I didn't put my rain jacket on either. Worried about my wife and kids. Chivalry.
Bless your cotton sock.
Oh,
this is incredible.
Cracking view from up here. I reckon the sun's going to come out in a minute. I might even light it up. We might sit up here for a minute while there's no rain and enjoy this.
That was so good. I feel young again. Doesn't it make you feel young?
Adventurous.
Makes you feel young.
It's adventure, darling. Keep us young.
Tell you what, definitely picked up the pace when the rain came.
Yeah.
Didn't know I had it in me.
Bit gnarly on slippery wet rocks with two of us in thongs trying to climb up out of a gorge though, but no injuries, no slips, no falls, so I'll take that as a win.
No, we've got the first aid gear. We need it, so we're sorted. Thanks for your concern.
Oh, I know. That'll do us. We're going to get out of here. We're going to sit up here and enjoy and see if this turns better and then get back to camp, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Alright, cooking out of the back of the car tonight. A few reasons for that, but the main one is there's power in the car because we went for an Explore today. So it's part of the reason we went for an Explore, but it's one of the pros to having a good power system in the back of the car. And it's something we didn't have with our old setup with the Ranger, and it was something we really wanted to include in the Land Cruiser when we built it, or when we fitted it out. I hate that term, built it. I didn't build it. Toyota built it, I fitted it out. That's huge, that big pork shoulder. It's a marinated pork shoulder tonight, butterfly pork shoulder. Now you might be able to hear in the background every now and then the inverter beeping, and that's because it's a 2000 watt inverter, but this induction plate is a 2400 watt, I think. But even though I've got it set to only power setting 3 out of 8, which is allegedly 800 watts, it clicks in and clicks out, so it draws 2400 watts when it clicks in, and then it draws nothing. So the inverter keeps saying you got a sort of temporary overload. So the inverter will still keep running it and keep up with it, but you keep getting this error. So if you know of an induction plate out there, because this is the one we use in the Caravan, we're going to get another one for in the car. If you know of an induction plate out there that's 2000 watts or less, that's portable and compact, that you rate, leave us a comment and let us know, because I'm keen to get one for the car. For now, I'm going to let the pork shoulder cook, have a beer. I'm going to go wash this marinade off my hands. And the rain's finally stopped. We got absolutely saturated today, but it was actually kind of fun. It was a bit of an adventure, and it's just this beautiful evening now where it's just hardly any wind, really calm. Everything's saturated, but it's just, I don't know, I guess the calm after the storm, but also potentially before the next storm, because there's meant to be more coming. Hopefully not, but Caravan when we got home tonight was 50% battery, so we got about 300 amps left in there, and the car was 80% of 200 amp battery. So we're going to be juggling a bit for the next couple of days probably until the sun comes back out to manage our power, which is something we don't often have to do, but it's a good exercise, I think, to get used to it. Amazingly though, today we had solid cloud, like proper overcast conditions, and we were still getting over 10 amps of power generation from our solar on the Caravan. So that's 10 amps net. So we were getting about 15, 16 amps in. The residual load from the fridge and things was about 4 or 5 amps. But yeah, we were getting a net gain of about 10 amps an hour, which is pretty incredible considering you couldn't even tell where the sun was. There was that much cloud. So that definitely is where the amount of solar we got with the 1600 watts of solar on the roof really pays for itself. Obviously in full sun conditions it's generally overkill, but it's more for this type of weather that you want that much solar, or that we appreciate having that much solar. Yeah, is 600 amps enough without gas? It is, if you don't run a YouTube channel and have to run Starlink and run powerful laptops and keep everything running. But yeah, generally, like I said, we don't have to worry about it. But at the moment, it's this is as tough as it gets. And look, it's not a bad challenge to have, I'll take it. If you want to see a bit more about the back end fit out of the Land Cruiser and everything else we've done to the Land Cruiser, I'll leave the link in the description, or you can go up here and see our walk around video that we did of it recently. So you go and check that out and see what you think, let us know. But it's a dream vehicle and it's finally complete, and we're absolutely loving getting out and using it. But yeah, if you missed the build series as well, we did a whole build series on fitting out the car and everything we've done to it. But yeah, it's I love it.
Well done.
Bit of pork on your fork. Remember that advertising campaign?
No, I do. I don't know if anyone else would. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you get notified when we have a new episode out. Hitting that subscribe button is absolutely free for you and makes a world of difference to us. Leave us a comment, what did you think of the video? And we will see you next Sunday.
I'm going to do exactly what I said not to do, but then I'm going to do two.
Hey, just doing a test on the camera. How's the microphone going? New microphone. Ooh, is it a little bit fuzzy on the lens maybe? No, okay, it's almost touching.
Alright, I don't know where this is going to fit in the episode, Simon, but I just thought we'd start filming something. We've had 2 weeks at Osprey and hardly filmed a thing, but anyway,